Hey, welcome in Card Pack. Today we're going to go over the top 10 sports cards that went up the most over the last week. So we're going to cover baseball, football, basketball, and see which 10 cards out of those three altogether, which top 10 went up the most over the last week. There's a lot of telling signs about it. We'll dig into it in a second. You're going to want to stick around for it. A few reminders. I'm doing this giveaway. I'm giving away an NFL Prizm Cello pack. You know, it's got Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Tua, all those guys from last year's class. Those are going for about $50 right now. I'm giving one of those away. All you need to do to enter is click the link in the description. It'll take you over to this. You'll see you'll need an NBA Top Shot account. You just click this button up here. Go ahead and like my showcase. And then all you do, take a screenshot, send it to me on Twitter, or post it on Twitter with the hashtag SportsCardConsultant. If you want the audios from these videos, go to the podcast, link in the description. And as I go through these cards, I'm going to do buy, sell, hold on each of them. The ones that I think are buys, I'm going to send out to the Card Pack newsletter. I'm going to send that out before I actually publish the video. It's free to enter that. Go ahead and hop in. And if you want to get my absolute tippy-top best sports card pick of the day and join one of the best discords in all of sports card investing, join the Sports Card Society. It's only $12.99 a month or $129 a year. I mean, it's like 40 cents a day. What happens, there's a members area. You log in. I put a new video up there almost every day. It's usually about 5 minutes long. I show the card. I show all the data and research as to why I like the card and what I plan on doing with it. Am I selling it in a month? Am I holding it long term? What am I doing? Some previous examples, a couple of them. Here's this Kyler Murray. We were getting it for under $200 in February. Here it is this month going for, around $325, $350, $330 there. So that's a pretty good gain already. And this Baker Mayfield, we're getting it for under $300 in March, because I guess it's May now. Here it is going for about $500 in April. So, I mean, if all you did is just buy this Baker card, I mean, what's the gain on that? $200? That way more than pays for your entire year's membership of the Sports Cards Society. Not to mention all the other cards. Like, say all you did is buy this Kyler and buy this Baker. I mean, that's a pretty good investment there already, just getting that info from us, huh? All right, anyways, link for that in the description, sportscardsociety.com. And I can't say enough good things about the Discord from there. I can't. The people in there are fantastic. The community is excellent. They're smart. They're active investors. They're helpful. It's just a great community. So that link is in the description. So here we are in the Market Movers tool. We're going to dive into the content here. I didn't select a sport over here. I went to price movements by card. I did not select the sport, selected PSA 10, because we got to look at the PSA 10 because that's where the entire sports card market starts. The price of everything is based off of what the PSA 10 is going for. By the way, I really want to get to 5,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell while you're at it. And because you're awesome, please hit that like button. Here we go. Gary Sheffield, number one on the list, his 1989 Upper Deck. Pop count of 2188. If you don't know, pop count means how many currently exist of a certain card in a certain grade. So this card in the grade PSA 10, 2188 exists. This card's up 106% on the week. We just looked at this card, a couple days ago on the top 10 going up baseball list. And I mentioned, let's chart this real quick. So I mentioned that this 89 Upper Deck set's kind of iconic because it's where the most valuable Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card is. It looks just like this. It's got this thing over here and this little rookie thing. Gary Sheffield is a rookie the same year, 1989. I remember Gary Sheffield, honestly, mostly from RBI Baseball on regular Nintendo, because he would hit a lot of home runs. He was a guy that you would like to bat with because he would hit home runs quite often. That game was so fun. Anyways, this started the week at $32, and the week at 66. So that's a legit, 100% plus gain. It just seems to be going up. That is really, really, really interesting. Let's pull this back 60 days. Yeah, so it really went down to $32. It hit a high back here in, it's probably like 90 days. That's probably when the real high happened, because that's when vintage really went high up into early February. And here we are in, later February, I guess, for him. 112 was his high, and then it came all the way down here to 32. Interesting. That's really surprising to me, because I would have figured the floor would have at least been $45, $50. I'm surprised it went down that low. Maybe that's why it shot up so much, because it was just way undervalued. But maybe something's going on with Gary Sheffield that I'm not aware of. But I think it should be somewhere around $50, $60 as where this card should really be worth right now. I like this card as a buy. Not necessarily at 66. I think you can get it for less than that. But I like it because, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's got to be in the Hall of Fame. And when vintage goes on a run next, his cards are going to go up. So I like it just to hold on to have something in my pocket for when vintage goes up. So, I think I'd be a buy on that. As long as I can get it for like under $60. Ideally under 50, but I don't know if that exists. Next on the list, Kevin Porter Jr., 2019 Prizm, pop count of 1986. This card's up 88% on the week. Of course, KPJ, he had a 50-point double-double this last week, and that's what really set him off. I think it was literally this day. So this card started the week at 75, went up to a high of 148, ended the week at 131. Good player. Rocks for brains sometimes, but very good player. I don't like buying him right now. I'd be selling this because the Rockets, their season is going to be over very, very soon. And there's just nothing to really keep his cards sustained up this high. I'd get rid of it because it's going to go down lower and buy it back later in the offseason. That's what I would do. Next on the list, Kevin Porter Jr. again is 2019 Prizm Silver this time. Pop count of 590. Up 61.5%. 10 sales on the week. By the way, the Prizm base had 45 sales on the week, so that's some pretty good volume. 45 sales on a pop count of about 2,000. That's, what is that? That's about 5% of the entire population got sold. So that says something. And, almost 20% of the entire population, the silver got sold. Excuse me, 2%. Never mind. This would be, 5%, and this would be, that's right. No, almost 2%, almost 20%. That's right. Nope, almost 2%. Wait, what the hell am I doing here? Okay, so almost, I'm going crazy. So almost 2.5% of the Prizm base got sold. My math was way off. Let's just chart this and take a look. I usually use a calculator doing math off the top of my head. I'm usually pretty good, but somehow I got tripped up there by a certain decimal point. This card started the week at 305. Latest sale of 475. Same thing. He had a 50-point double-double, shot it up. Let me pull this back 90 days. I would sell this card. I would sell it and try to cash out. And, if you're a big Kevin Porter Jr. believer, buy his cards back later in the offseason when they're cheaper. Yeah, see, it was way up here. Again, this card went up like this, and I said sell, and I had so many people leave comments like, Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be amazing. Don't sell his cards. That's just stupid. And I'm like, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with this rate is unsustainable. This is clearly around the top because he was coming back from being in the freaking G League because he's got rocks for brains. And he came back, and he did good. And then his cards went down because people didn't care anymore. And then he has a 50-point double-double, and it shoots up. Sell again because it's going to go down. Next on the list, Dwayne Haskins, a guy to just not buy. Stay away from Dwayne Haskins, in my opinion. But this is 2019 Prizm pop count of exactly 1,000. This card's up 46% on the week. Why? It must be a bunch of Ohio State fans buying Dwayne Haskins cards. I don't know who else is buying these things. His mom can't be buying that many. Maybe he's buying them all. I don't know. That wouldn't make sense either. This card started the week at 38, ended the week at 50. I don't care. I'm staying away from this card. Sell, 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 sell. Next card, Aristides Aquino. He was on the top 10 baseball list going up. Pop count of 2017, up 40% on the week. Let's chart this. Again, this card is such a low price on this card that I wouldn't be messing around on eBay with this card. I would use StarStock is what I would do. Where's my StarStock link? Is this my StarStock link? Yeah. I would do it on StarStock because you're not going to pay sales tax and you're not going to pay any shipping. You're just going to buy the card and you're going to be able to relist it right away. And the reason I say that is because if you buy this card, you got to pay shipping and sales tax. Say you buy it for $20. Well, $5 shipping, so now you're up to $25. If you live where I live, it's 10% sales tax, so there's another $2. So all of a sudden, this $20 card is now $27. You're like, yeah, well, what's the difference? $20, $27, whatever. Well, this card, it's going for $20. It's not just, he's got to do something pretty great to push it up to 40. And even then when you sell it at 40, you got a 10% seller's fee to eBay, so now you're at 36. So you made $9. Not really worth it. I'd rather just go here and not mess with any of the sales tax or shipping or going to the post office or paying for shipping or anything. I just buy it here. But on this card, maybe it's such a low price that maybe I would buy it, because if he happens to have a really good night, it's going to shoot up to 40, 50 bucks, and that's great to do on StarStock. StarStock, by the way, only takes a 5% seller's fee. Now, in no way am I saying do all your transacting on StarStock. Not at all. I still do most of mine on eBay for sure. But lower price cards, you got to go with StarStock. You can do it on higher price cards too. It's just there's more eyeballs on eBay. And in lower price cards, the shipping and the sales tax really eat into your profit margins. So Aristides, I'd buy it on StarStock, maybe take a flyer on it. Next, I'll put a link in the description too for StarStock. Use code SportsCardConsultant. You'll get $10 free when you deposit $10 or more. Vlad Guerrero Jr., 2019 Topps Heritage base, pop count of 35.22, up 39% on the week. Let's look at his chart. So this card started the week at 55, went up to 82, had a latest sale of 77. I like these Heritage cards. They're a bit of a throwback to 80s, early 90s. I like them. I was collecting cards back then, so I don't know. It's a little nostalgia for me. But let's pull this card back 90 days and see where we're at here. It's just kind of been going up. Now, Vlad Guerrero, that was someone that I recommended to the society back in February, because I could see Acuna's cards going up, Soto's, Tatis and everything, and I was buying those guys too, but I just saw Vlad was just going sideways. And I'm like, I made a video for the society saying, hey, I'm buying Vlad. Here's why. People are sleeping on him too much. He didn't have the greatest year last year, but he had an okay year. I mean, cut the guy some slack. It was his second freaking year, and it's during COVID. Like, he's a good player, and people are going to wake up and realize he's too undervalued, and they're going to start buying. And that's what happened. We were buying, not this exact card, but a different one. Hold on. I just got a notification from eBay. There's an auction I'm trying to get into. No, I don't think I want to be in that one. But anyways, I can't remember what we were buying. I think it had to be his Topps or his Topps Chrome. Anyways, so we were buying them for like nothing, PSA 10s, and then they went up a lot. So anyways, Vlad, overall I'm high on Vlad. As you can see in this chart, he's just been going up for 90 days. And his cards are still pretty cheap. They had that 3 home run game this week. That obviously really helped. Normally I probably would have said, no, I'm probably not buying, but I can see this chart, and it's got 90 days of going up. So I'm like, well, geez, maybe it just continues. I don't know for sure, but this chart's really interesting. By the way, if you don't have some kind of tool like this, I use Market Movers, obviously. I think this is by far the best one in the business. This data visualization tool, you can't do sports card investing without it. I know there's people that go back and forth from 130 point to eBay past sales, and it's a mess to keep track of in your head. And it takes so much more time to do it that way. This, I just click a few buttons and I can see exactly what's going on. I can see the trajectory. There's all kinds of data tools here. I can do price change percentage. I can compare different grades to each other and pull all those up. I can push this ratio tabs and compare their grades. There's just so many things you can do. You can't do sports card investing without this. You really, really can't. So I have a link in the description for Market Movers tool. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year. Seriously. You got to have it. I don't care what argument you give me. You got to have it. I have the pro version, and I pay for the year subscription, and I don't see it as an expense at all. It's something, it makes me way, way, way more money and saves me way more time than I spend. In terms of dollar amount, it makes me way, way more money than I spend on this, obviously, but it just saves me so much damn time and saves me from making so many mistakes. Anyways, you got to have it. Link in description. But Vlad here, I think I think I'd buy it at the right price. Even though it's been going up 90 days, I don't know. It may start dipping. I don't know. But Vlad, he was so low when I recommended him to the society in February that I think he's still trying to come up from that because he was so undervalued. Next on the list is Chris Bryant, his 2014 Bowman Prospects, pop count of 21-1-2. He was on the baseball list because I remember this. What's it called? Palindrome, where it's the same number backwards and forward. Up 38% on the week. Let's pull up this chart, baby. Let's see here. So this card started the week at 43, went up to 70 as a high, latest sale of 50. So I think that 70 was kind of an artificial bump there. Chris Bryant, he's an all right player. Let's pull him back 90 days. I think baseball in general is still just undervalued. Very interesting looking chart. Overall, kind of going up. He's so cheap that if I was going to mess around with this, I'd mess around with it on StarStock. I'd understand selling it, I'd understand holding it, and I'd understand buying it. So I'm kind of a triple on that one. Next on the list, Ken Griffey Jr., my favorite baseball player of all time. Even though I'm a Twins fan, when I was in the '90s playing baseball, he was the man, and he's still one of the best baseball players that's ever lived. One of the got to be the best looking swing you've ever seen in your life. Nobody's got a swing like this guy. Anyways, this is 1989 Bowman, number 220, pop count in 2004. This was my favorite rookie card of his back in the 90s. I'd rather have the upper deck now, obviously, because it's worth more. Let's chart this one real quick. How much did he go up? He went up about 36% on the week. Now, I looked at this card when we did the baseball going up one a few days ago. $400 start the week, had a high sale of $530, latest sale of $425. Interesting. I just like that card. I just do. I really do. Again, pop count of only 2004. Let's pull it back 90 days because we'll see that February bump. So we got up to a high over $1,000. You're telling me right now I can buy this card for like $400, under $500? I don't see it going down much lower than that because there's got to be some solid support. And, in terms of investing, that's why you need these charts too, so you can see where this support is. But, yeah, you can see where this support is. And what I mean by that, what support really is, when you really break it down, it's how much of obviously it's where are people unwilling to sell beyond. And this card, so many people bought it at above $500 that they're not willing to sell it for less, right? And plus the people that have been buying it on the way down, they've paid more than $500, they're not willing to sell it because they want to make a profit. And so that builds this level of support because there's just way more buyers than there are sellers, and it's just, so it really holds it firm where it is. And I just don't see it going down much lower than this. So this would be a card that I would buy. When's it going to go up next? I don't know, but it will go up again. And it's one you could just hold on to long term because it's Griffey. Next on the list, Michael Jordan, 1990 Skybox, pop count of 755. This is an interesting one. 9 sales on the week, so that's over 1% of the population sold in the week, and up 35, almost 36%. Let's pull it up. 1990. That's an early enough Jordan that it gets me interested because there's not that many cards of Jordan between 86 and 90. Started the week at 383, had a high sale of 586, latest sale of 520. Skybox, obviously not around anymore, but good looking card. Let's pull this one back 90 days and see where its high was, because again, it ran up in early February with the vintage run that happened. Looks like its high was 674. This card hasn't really, its high was 710. Yeah, this card never really had like a swift drop off, but it's at about half, about 50% drop from its all-time high of 710. Maybe not 519. Never mind, because I was looking at these down here. If I go to eBay real quick, let's go check it out. Let's see what we can find for asking prices. It's a raw one. 500 seems to be the lowest we can find. I wouldn't necessarily want to buy it at 500. So MJ, as much as I'd like to buy your card, I would not be a buy on that one. I'd be a hold. Next on the list, and I believe it's the last one. It is. It's another Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s 2019 Topps Chrome Refractor. Number 201. Pop count of 809, up 35% on the week. 10 sales on the week. What did I say the pop count was? 809. So a little over 1% of the cards in existence sold last week. Good looking card. I love Topps Chrome Refractor. You just can't do better than that. You want to see how much we were getting this for 90 days ago? Actually, even a little before that, because I think we were even buying this in January. Because here's going for $250. But if I pull it back another month, You'll see how low it was, and where it's just like absurd. $110 at the beginning of the year. It's just been going up ever since. Vlad's just been going up ever since, and he's really had these bumps of going up, and it's been nice because I have a good number of these, and I should say I've had a good number because I've sold a good portion of them, and I keep wondering when's it going to start going down, because Vlad's good. He's a good player. He's a good player. That's all I got to say. You imagine $110, $450. Just love it. Love these Vlad charts. Would I be a buy on this? Again, it's the same thing like I said for the last Vlad. I can understand if you buy, sell, or hold it. But I think the support on this is going to be somewhere around $300. I think that's, if it drops $250 maybe, probably where the support's going to be. So if you buy it at $400, yeah, $450. Let's go to eBay real quick, take a look, see what some of the listings are showing. Let's find one. Here we go. $499. A little higher than I'd want to pay. You got anything for auctions going on? Ending soonest. No. Interesting. I don't know. Overall, I'd say hold or sell. That's what I'd say on this. But that was the top 10 for today. So a lot of baseball in there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 60% of the top 10 list from across the sports was baseball, and the other, and then we had 3 basketball and 1 football, which was somehow Dwayne Haskins. Don't buy Dwayne Haskins. Just don't do it. By the way, hit that subscribe button. I really want to get to 5,000 subscribers. Help me with that. Hit that like button. Links for everything in the description. Sports Card Society, Market Movers Tool with the code and everything. StarStock, everything. Go ahead and check that out. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this top 10 list. What does this tell you? If these are the top 10 highest gain cards of the week, what does this list tell you about what's going on or what's coming? I really want to hear what you got to say. Card Pack, you are fantastic. You are awesome. You are the best. Thank you for spending this time with me and watching the video. Stay classy, stay awesome, and I'll see you tomorrow.